So welcome to Mashup week number 43. I'm laughing because I seriously don't know how to use any of these apps. I'm apparently just gotten to that age. So anyway, I'm driving through Santa Barbara right now, and I'm doing it safely because I'm actually not driving. I'm driving with a special guest this week. So here to talk a little bit about the abysmal closing percentages that exist in the market around us right now. If you saw my mashup a couple weeks ago, I talked about average closing percentage across industries is 19%. Our friends in marketing agencies, I'm sorry to report, 11% closing percentage, which is crazy because you're lead generating machines, but if you're not closing sales, that means you're not a cash generating machine. So here to talk a little bit about it is special guest, Mr. Marcus Murphy. And many of you know Marcus, I'm sure all of you know Marcus from digital marketer, director of monetization, sales guru, and it turns out the reason we're up in Santa Barbara is he just wrapped 3 days of filming with LinkedIn Learning on courses on how to use LinkedIn. So get this, LinkedIn invites a non-LinkedIn employee to come and train LinkedIn people and LinkedIn users how to use LinkedIn. That's impressive. Does that sum it up pretty much? Kind of what you did. Yeah, so he's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about this subject of, well, we're looking around for a great burger place to eat. Yeah. That's because that's healthy. What's your thoughts on this idea of closing percentages being as low as like 19%?
Yeah, I was laughing because 11%. Yeah, when you told me that, we were just having a casual conversation, and Dom was like, yeah, some of these closing doesn't get it done. Introversion is probably the more benchmark for a great salesperson, but I also don't love them. People say like, hey, what's a good salesperson? Like, I have no freaking clue. Like, it really does take somebody who has a really good foundation. And I'll tell you, we were talking about this last night, the best foundation I've seen for people that have higher closing percentages is that they have, one, they're hyper relational, but they have a really good process. And then the other part of that too is that they really have a foundation of caring about people. Like, they're thinking about themselves less, and they're thinking about others more. And so when I see people have that good foundation, you can teach them a good process. But yeah, man, I think they're literally just kind of making
impressive because Marcus is also navigating traffic while dropping incredible knowledge bombs on the whole idea of sales. So well done. Well,
we might still crash, and you don't know.
And it is raining, so this is definitely a problem. So, all right, so I like that idea around North Star because you ask people like, what is the definition of a salesperson? It is usually that like, you know, double finger guns kind of guy. It's the used car salesperson. Like, no offense to the used car salespeople out there, because there's I'm sure good ones of that as well. But like, it's often the people we see. You and I have led a lot of sales teams, worked with a lot of business owners. It's sometimes the people who are almost the antithesis of that salesperson model.
The best salespeople I've ever had in my life are mostly the complete opposite of that. They're actually, they speak less and they listen more. They ask great questions, and then they have a really good process, and they stick to it over and over. They're methodical people. Like, these people are not necessarily that mold that everyone wants to say is like, you know, kind of running around and being all high-fivey and drinking 27 Red Bulls. Like, these people really are strategic and they're very thoughtful, and it just doesn't necessarily fit that traditional mold.
So it really comes back to putting the human back into that. We talk about it all the time, putting the human back in your sales and marketing